Accept. Receive as adequate, valid, or suitable. Love. An intense feeling of deep affection. Can I accept something that I don't love? Yeah, sure. I accept the fact that I have to mop my floors and scrub my toilet. I accept that sometimes the subway is very crowded. I accept the fact that I have to pay taxes. I don't love any of these things, but, they're in my life. I get it. I can deal with that. Now, can I love something that I don't accept? I don't think so. I can't think of one situation where that's true for me. And I learned this very important relationship between acceptance and love from a little girl named Gracie. And I'll get to more of that in just a moment. But first, I have to say, Sam, I accept you, and I love you. Please roll the intro. This is Daniel. He moved in and became my roommate about 18 months ago. He's a single parent, just like me. So when he moved in, he did so with his, at the time, 9-year-old daughter, Gracie. This is Gracie. Cute, right? She's fun, she's friendly, she's adorable. What's not to like? Well, it didn't take me very long to realize that I wasn't crazy about Gracie. There were actually a lot of things that started to bother me. In fact, for the first 6 months of us living together, I spent a lot of time judging and criticizing Gracie's behavior and mannerisms. Look at this, for example. Look at the way she pulls me when we go for a walk. She just zips around and cuts people off with the leash. And she pulls me one way and then backtracks and pulls me back the other way. And you better believe she is built like an ox. So when she pulls, you feel it. Or what about this craziness? Watch what she does when I put her sweater on. She growls at me like a gremlin. For the first 4 or 5 times I did this, I legit thought she was going to bite me. There will be some times when the apartment is so peacefully quiet, and I'm just busily working away on the computer, or maybe I'm reading, and then out of nowhere it's just... She kills all that peaceful quiet because she heard one stray noise from outside, and she goes ballistic at the door. This always raises my cortisol levels. And another thing, she's kinda needy. She's like, hey, I really want to play. Okay, now I want a treat. No, not that treat. Yeah, that treat. Okay, now back to the first treat that I didn't want. Nah, I'm done with all of this. Let's go outside. Nope, not outside anymore. Let's come back in. She's just pulling me all over the place. She doesn't actually know what she wants. So then she looks at me and is just kind of like, hey dude, give me that thing that I don't know that I even want. And I'm like, hey girl, I don't know what you want. What am I supposed to do? She definitely has a spastic, frenetic, high-strung, crazy kind of energy. Her deadliest of the 7 deadly sins? Gluttony. She is so gluttonous.
You are guilty of one of the 7 deadly sins. Gluttony!
She's always hungry, always wants more food, always wants another treat, will eat my dog's food if I'm not paying attention. Ah, girl.
Did you even taste it, you walrus? Ah!
And that actually leads to the most irksome of all of her qualities, whining during meal prep. So picture this, it's 7:15 in the morning, and I'm tired because I was working late the night before, but hey, I'm up, you're hungry, I see you jumping around, all right, why don't I feed you your breakfast? I know you really like that. All right, girl. And so now I have to open up a can of food, and I have to get the food out, and I gotta warm it up, and I put her little medication in there, and I'm doing all of this, and it takes some time. But for Gracie, There is no time. It has to happen right now. And so the whole time she's just whining and whimpering and complaining. Hurry up, I need the food, I'm gonna die, I'm falling apart right now, I need this sustenance, hurry it up, come on, blah, 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 blah. When I'm tired and that's going on and she's just like really pushing me to speed up my process, it drives me bananas. It makes me want to break things with my hands and smash them and hurt things. It drives me insane and not do nice things. And it hurts my brain and be bad. And it just rips me apart. Oh my God. Now, maybe it sounds like I'm just whining and complaining. That's because I am whining and complaining. What I was really doing to Gracie for those first 6 months was not accepting her. What I was really doing to Gracie was judging her. I made up in my mind a certain way she had to behave in order for me to be happy. And if she strayed from my little mental model even a little bit, it bothered me. I created a list of rules she had to adhere to in order for me to approve of her. What a crazy, egotistical, power-trippy situation I created for her and I. Then, thankfully, at right around the 6-month mark, something changed. Not with her, but with me. I made a choice. We always have a choice in life. I decided to choose Gracie. I decided to accept her. I decided to drop my rules that I had arrogantly created and wanted to impose on her. Now, would you believe that when I did this, her behavior changed? That she became more calm and quiet and patient? Well, you shouldn't, because none of that happened. She is just as rambunctious and gluttonous and raucous as ever. The change that occurred in me, however, was palpable. I began to admire and respect Gracie. I started to appreciate her quirky little idiosyncrasies. I started to appreciate many of her quirky idiosyncrasies. I started to love her. This one simple choice to accept Gracie has forever changed our relationship. And I am so grateful to her for teaching me this beautiful lesson. With this new lesson, and the advantage of hindsight, I have since realized that there are many aspects and situations and players in my life whom I've not accepted. And this has been going on my entire life. But I'll save us all a lot of time. I won't focus on all of it, and just some of the more recent ones. For example, my old roommate. I didn't fully accept her. She moved out. My former girlfriend. I didn't accept many of her qualities. We broke up. My vocation as a server. There have been several different periods in my life when I have not accepted that this is where I'm at this stage in my life. And it has made my life hell. Certain family members not accepting some of their behaviors. Some of my friends not accepting some of their ways of being. Myself not accepting aspects of myself. This one has been huge. In all of these different cases, not accepting has made everything so much harder. Every time I don't accept something or someone, what I'm actually doing is passing judgment. What I'm actually doing is comparing them to the little mental model I've created about how the world should be, and I'm rejecting them for not fitting my model. This is crazy. This is craziness, people. What an insane in the membrane thing to do. This constant comparing and judging and rejecting is exhausting. It creates so much mental and emotional stress. And beyond that, it prevents me from fully connecting and bonding. It puts up a shield that blocks me from love. Important distinction. Acceptance of a situation or a person does not mean you become passive or apathetic. If there is a situation in your life that is damaging or frustrating or uncomfortable or upsetting, then by all means, do something about it. Acceptance means that you are no longer resisting or fighting it. To resist what is is one of the fastest and most effective ways to create discomfort and unhappiness. Oftentimes, once I accept a situation, it alleviates the need for me to intervene. Once I drop the resistance, the anguish about that situation disappears. Other times, action is still required, but now I'm able to execute from a clear-minded place of love. It's still the same problem that I'm dealing with, but it feels so much lighter. A good example is when it's raining. So many people resist the rain. They don't accept the fact that it is raining. Rain happens in the world. So let's say that you spent all week long planning a beautiful picnic with your significant. And now it's your day off, it's picnic day. Guess what? Thunderstorms. Damn. And you could resist it and get really pissed off and just want to flip tables over and sit inside and sulk all day while you start to watch Netflix. Or you could look at your sweetheart and say, hey honey, it's raining outside. I'm not crazy about that, but you know, we spent all this time, we planned it, we packed our picnic basket. Let's go to the warehouse and have an indoor picnic. Let's get our camping gear and our galoshes, and let's put on our raincoats and go to the beach and have a picnic anyway. Let's go walk through puddles. Let's make this thing happen. Accepting the rain doesn't mean that you have to love the fact that it's raining on your day off, but it just means that you deal with it in a healthy and productive fashion rather than getting all torn up and discombobulated and bleh. Life isn't about avoiding the storm. It's about learning to dance in the rain. I don't know who said that, but damn, powerful. Releasing my resistance and accepting more is an ongoing journey. It's a path that I'm going to have to walk for the rest of my life. And that's okay, because each step I take gets me that much closer to full acceptance. It's not always easy. In fact, it's usually never easy. But that's okay, because the rewards are priceless. Peace, connection, appreciation, admiration, clarity, respect, openness, love. Give me more of that. The more I accept the world just the way it is, the happier I become. Period. Gracie, look at the camera. Look. Thank you, Mama. Thank you, baby girl. I appreciate you teaching me that lesson. How cool that she was my teacher. That you taught me such a beautiful lesson. Ooh, okay. I'll let you down. I think about how many times I went out into the world and I didn't accept people based on the way they look or the way that they act or something that they said. Sometimes it's something as superficial as what they were wearing. And my little brain would start to reject them and not accept. How many times I went out into the world and did not accept a situation because of how it played out, because it didn't fit my little mental model of what I thought it should be. No more. I am dropping that bullshit. From now on, when I go out into the world, I'm accepting. I am going to accept as much as I possibly can for the rest of my life. And the direct byproduct of that means that I am going to love as much as I possibly can for the rest of my life. And I really look forward to it. Thank you. Thank you for sticking around all the way to the end. Love when you do this. You know the drill. Please give a thumbs up, give a like if you enjoyed this video. Feel free to subscribe if you're into that. And if this video fell short, if there was something that was missing for you, talk to me in the comments below. Let me know. I would love to hear your constructive criticism. And as always, love, bliss, acceptance, and consciousness. This is Terry, by the way. Terry the tree. She was a beautiful, beautiful gift. And now she's my beautiful, beautiful tree. And she loves to be on camera, so I told her she could be in the video today. I think she adds a lot of sex appeal.